Right folks, I've finally decided, after Dorin sent me a message, to do something about this saw, cutting out and side up. It's been idling now for about 5 minutes. I've had it all apart, found out what the problem was. Well, I took the spur sprocket off and I put a rim sprocket on with a different clutch as well. Done one or two things on it, but all in all it seems to have sorted it all. Oh, and I took the choke mechanism, the butterfly and the rod, out of the carburettor, because it was impeding the airflow on this 395, and I couldn't understand why it was always running rich. Even though the pipe got was right in, and to the force stroking at the top end, but that didn't bother because it's got battery ones in the middle. That's running, we're just going to get through a lot of oil now. That's smoother. It's revving out a bit better, but I'm not a revs man. You need all the torque right in the middle, in the corrupt zone. So it just pulls through those things. Alright. Thanks Dorin, you inspired me to do something. Oh, and I put a new pulse pipe on. Just in case. Over and out. Right folks, I'll go through in a bit more detail what we've done to sort this 1100. I noticed I had a comment off Dorin recently saying that about, I think it was on about the starting, well, the tick over when you put it on the floor for no longer than 10 or 15. As soon as you pull the throttle trigger, it would stop, and he was sort of hinting towards an air leak somewhere. I don't know, pulse pipe or whatever. Anyway, I stripped it down today. I took the carburettor off. I fitted a new pulse pipe. I used I think it's a 272 fuel line with I think it's a less than 3mm diameter inside, which is what Dorin recommended. I also took you'll have also noticed that it 4-strokes badly at the top end and doesn't rev. I kind of like that because it's, you know, you're not putting rods through the side of cylinders and doing all sorts of damage because of the RPM and the piston speed going over probably 15 or 17 meters per second, which is miles too high, unless you were running an over square engine. So I took the choke mechanism out, the butterfly and the flap. Doesn't go anywhere, the holes, because having changed over to the 2100 air filter system, which goes through 90 degrees, it must have been impeding the flow, because you could have you could actually have the high-speed screw right the way in, and she'd still run fine, 4-stroke at the top end, it wouldn't rev, you know, it was sort of with rev limiter really. So I took that out. What else have I done? Oh, the oiling. The sprocket, I bought one of those spur sprockets for a 4.404. I'm going to sit down, a 404 chain, but it was running a bit dry, and I think that's what knackered the first chain up. I don't know why. I've cleaned the holes out, the oil holes and what have you. But having so I put a new clutch drum on, but it wasn't clutch, it was an old 308 I think, or some other thing. It was one with the bigger bearing in the centre. And I sent for some rim sprockets, 404 by 7s. Put them on. It's a different chain altogether. Now, I don't know whether I can. I've probably got it just a tad tight because I'm that way inclined. Let's see the bags of oil coming through. I might just let that off a little bit. But if you do that, then the first time you start up, you've got a bit saggy bottom belly. Anyway, so I've done that. The rim sprocket. I was able to buy 4 for £2.50 each, tenner for 4, just in case, keep them in stock off you know who. And I also got a free fuel filter. What else? No, that was it. So now, when you start straight away, she's never needed a choke, this machine. And she revs freely. Doesn't stall every time when it's stood for more than 10 seconds on the ground. So there you go. So just one comment, just to get you going. Thanks, Dorin. We'll see how it goes on the wood. Too hot to go out there though. I overdone it last week. I don't know whether I had sunstroke or whatever, but I was wee-weeing razor blades. I was in a hell of a state. So don't forget, sun cream and hats. Over and out.